What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Nick with Leverage Media, and today I want to talk to you about why I still get chiropractic coaching, even though I am only in my office 3 days a month and I don't see patients when I'm there. So, coaching has always been, well, I shouldn't say always, the most productive years of my career. I've always actively been engaged in some type of coaching, whether it's entrepreneurial, whether it's chiropractic. The first part of my career, probably the first 2 years, I tried to figure it all out myself, ended up giving myself a heart attack at age 30. And the reason why was because I was just, there's so many things to learn, so much information out there that I was spending way too much time trying to figure everything out. Once I found my first coaching group, it allowed me to really focus in, and all I had to focus on was I found a group that kind of resonated with where I was at the time, and all I had to focus on were the procedures that they had already figured out, kind of going through their process, and just made life a whole lot easier. That was, we engaged with our first coaching group in 2009, so it's been over 10 years now. And I haven't seen patients regularly since 2010. Sorry, 2011 was when I stopped. So I've had an associate-driven practice for the last almost 10 years. And but I still, to this day, get chiropractic coaching. I'm still part of 8 Weeks to Wellness. I'm still part of the Remarkable Practice. And both of those are coaching around the things that we do in the practice. So we are an 8 Weeks to Wellness practice, and then we try to utilize as many of the TRP systems as possible and kind of blend the two together. So the reason why I still get it, even though I don't see any of the patients, I don't do any day ones, don't do any day twos, no regular care. I basically manage the marketing side of it and kind of oversee everything. Have meetings, things like that. Like, I live in Chicago. My practice is in Springfield, which is 3 hours south. But the reason why I still get chiropractic coaching as opposed to just entrepreneurial coaching is because of the community. It's because of the other successful doctors that you're around. Usually in coaching groups, what I find is there's always, the top, there's always the top 10% in any group, but in coaching groups, usually like the top 50% are really successful practices. And especially in the groups that I'm in now, you've got such great examples of what you should be doing. And most of the people that are in coaching programs, a lot of them have kind of evolved beyond just trying to figure out the basics. And so for me, as somebody who is focused mainly on the marketing and on the leadership and the entrepreneurial side of it, the business building side of it, you've got such great mentors, such great examples to look at. And it's always nice whenever you're using a specific system to see people that, and it's usually the people that are all in on that coaching program. Whatever the coaching program is, doesn't really matter that much. I've seen it kind of, as Leverage Media, we've gone to a lot of different groups, and so I see that the people that go all in, it's hard to have a successful coaching program in chiropractic without really delivering the goods. You can always get maybe 10 or 20 people to pay you, even if you're not that great. But to get to 100 plus members, you got to really be able to get people results. So the ones, the people in the group that are really following the protocols, following the procedures, listening to what the leaders and the coaches say and implementing, those are the ones that are getting the best results. So it's always great that once you've decided on that coaching program, now you have, not because a lot of the coaches, aren't actively in practice currently. Some are, some aren't, but the people that are in the group, almost 100% of them are actively in practice. So you can see it in action, you can see that what's possible, and if you just implement, you're going to be far ahead of the other people in the profession that either try to figure it out on their own, or do coaching and hop around from group to group, or just don't implement what they should be. The ones that I see that are the most successful are the ones that find a group that they resonate with, go deep with it, implement exactly what the coaches asked them to implement, and the results kind of speak for themselves. So I recommend anybody that is not in a coaching program, especially if you feel like you're underperforming in practice. The cost of coaching it's so minimal compared to the value that you get out of it. The nice part about chiropractic is, so I've got the chiropractic world, and then I have the marketing world that I have to kind of get coaching in and mentorship and learn things. And the nice part about chiropractic is that the pricing for everything is really geared towards the middle. It's geared towards the people so that kind of everybody can afford it, which is usually undervalued for what you're getting. In the marketing world, people that are good at marketing are really good at like pricing things. So I'm usually good at like guessing what the prices are. I always overguess what people are going to charge for the chiropractic stuff, and I always underguess what they are going to be. And so, like when I say I'm good at it now, I've kind of adapted to based off of what industry we're talking about. But in marketing, like it's like they know how to properly price things, so that it's like you have to like think about it. With chiropractic, there's hardly ever anything that I have to think about, just because the value is always so much greater than what the cost is. So be sure to always be trying to evolve, always be learning new things. There's always people that have had different experiences and understand things a little bit differently than you do. So always be investing in yourself and in your business, and hopefully you got some value from this, and we'll see you on the next one.